We've got to wait 2 days for it as the NBA Finals continue and the Bucks get the win. Good morning, everybody. Keyshawn J. Will Zubin, presented by Progressive Insurance. All guests join us on the Goodyear Hotline. Alan Hunt in with Key. What did you take from that game? What did you take from it? I mean,
I ain't
said,
seen you all weekend,
court
and
advantage.
the first thing you do is start telling me something about basketball home court advantage 30 seconds into the damn show. You just say, hey, man, how was your weekend?
Am I supposed to do this fake? Like, hey, we haven't talked all morning.
Well,
like, I don't want to pretend like we did. We've been here for an hour together. I've already checked with you how you doing.
There are people that have not been with us for an hour. They've only been with us for a minute and 40 seconds.
Can we do this over again?
And so they want to at least know
all right, we got to do this over again.
What happened during the rain this week, in the heat mixed in with the rain and the thick humidity and all of the different things that go on in New York State.
So what I'm learning is the first segment of the show on a Monday is generally let Key complain about whatever happened this weekend in New York.
No, it wasn't no complaints. It wasn't complaints. We'll dive into what I did later on in the show, obviously, because I got a chance to let Conor McGregor talk me into purchasing something.
We do have to discuss that.
Yeah. I got bamboozled by him. But
been hoodwinked.
But that's why he's a big draw, I learned. Because as the build up over those, I don't know, I call it 48 hours or so up into the fight.
It felt like it was going to be a big night.
But I finally decided, I think I'm going to pay for this.
And you paid already.
Yeah, Disney. Can I get my a code, a free code? I mean, I do work for you guys.
We do get paid to talk about it.
Yes, like
it's a business expense.
I went to my TV. I'm like, oh wait, something's wrong here.
Wait, I signed in. Shouldn't I just get this?
I signed in, so then I had to tell my wife, call her downstairs. I had to call on the phone, tell her to come downstairs. I'm sitting there with my buddies, and we're getting ready to.
Yeah.
We're watching because it went off ESPN, and I had to move over to ESPN Plus.
Right.
I'm like, damn, I don't have to fight.
And then you have that moment where you have to make that decision. Do I pay for this?
But think about it, though. Before we get to the Suns, think about it. Mm-hmm. He talked me into purchasing it.
Conor
absolutely.
Well, because he told you that Dustin Poirier was going out on a stretcher.
Yeah, and
who ended up almost going out on a stretcher. Like, isn't that amazing? Like he said, you're going out in a coffin. Like he was basically saying, I'm going to kill you in the octagon.
It turned around the other way, although it was a little bit of a slip, but we'll get into that. It just was funny. Now you can go with the NBA.
Is it okay now?
Yes, let's go with the NBA.
That had to get done. All right. Well, that's great. But so let me go back to what I was saying initially about the NBA Finals. I mean, home court advantage is so important in sports, as we know, especially the deeper you get, right? Especially when you get crowds.
Home court, all that, yeah.
All that stuff matters, right?
It really does.
But I felt like last night was more about, and you don't want to take away from performances. Everybody's going to be like, what about how great he played? Guys played great. Some guys didn't play great. You're going to hear from Devin Booker in a second who did not play well. But it just, that crowd got behind them early. They played so fast, the Bucks did. It seemed overwhelming. The Suns pushed a couple of times. Third quarter made a push, got it to 4. But in the end, you just felt like they played so fast, they played so hard, and the crowd was behind them. It seemed like this was going to be that night the Bucks needed to get back in this series.
Yeah, but psychologically, when you think about it, the home court, home field, all that sort of stuff is so important for teams because it's just not what happens in the arena or on the field. It's also what happens in the city. Mm-hmm. Players are sitting there watching the news, watching television, seeing fans riled up, and then you ride in on your bus and you see fans gathering, getting ready. All that stuff is psychological, believe it or not. And then as time goes on, you start to see other things develop. Then you take it to the court. And you talk about a guy like Giannis that gave him 41 points last night. Whenever he does what Giannis is supposed to do, he gets the M, the V, maybe not the P. Not quite yet for Yates. He just get the M and the V. 41 points and dominating all the way around in the paint. When he starts shooting bunker threes, that's when the Bucks are in trouble. When he does exactly what he did, giving you 13 boards and another, six assists.
Yeah.
That's big time. That's big time MVP basketball. And now everybody else can chime in. Drew Holiday can feel like he's an important part of what they're doing on both ends of the floor. Chris Middleton can start to knock down open threes or open shots at the elbow and start to play his game. And everybody else kind of falls in line after that. And that is what the Bucks did. And so when you look at it, you say to yourself, okay, yeah, they cut the league down to 4, but it's the fourth quarter. NBA basketball really starts in the fourth quarter, whether it's the regular season or in the playoffs.
The run that they had, it felt like, again, like I said, they came back. Drew Holiday, you mentioned, he made some big shots to stem the tide, and that was important. He had 5 threes in the game. He went for 21. We were talking about how he was sort of that guy that was missing in action the first 2 games of the series, wondering how he was going to get his game back. He definitely got it back. Played 40 minutes as well. His defense also on Devin Booker was something to talk about because he got into Devin Booker's head pretty early. That whole bench did. And Booker had him say he had a terrible game. We'll get into Giannis, of course, and another 40-point performance from him in a little bit. But
healthy Giannis.
But it's still remarkable if you think about that injury. But Devin Booker, 3 of 14, 1 of 7 from downtown, only 10 points in 29 minutes. Just an absolute struggle for him. And that really was a big part of this game because if you're going to win a game on the road, especially with that kind of atmosphere, seeing how hard the Bucks were playing, you're down 4, there's chances. You got to be able to make shots. Your big guys have to do it. Devin Booker didn't get it done. This is Straight Talk brought by Straight Talk Wireless. And here's the thing. After the game, Booker pretty much acknowledged he did not get it done.
Wasn't well, obviously. But, there's nights like that. And, the most important part to me is winning the game, and we didn't do that. So, I'm more frustrated about that. But we have a few days off here. We're going to get back right. Going to go over film and be ready Wednesday.
I hate the fact that this now goes to Wednesday. Like, we get no momentum out of this, don't you think?
2 days?
Does it benefit the Suns that we got to wait 2 days? Or the Bucks because of the rest factor?
I don't think it benefits either team.
Nobody?
I don't think so, me personally. I think they're going to make the adjustments. They're going to make the adjustments. It's all about guys like Drew Holiday stepping up defensively and doing exactly what the Bucks paid him to do, was to take on guys like Devin Booker and shut him down when he needs to. And he hadn't been doing that in other games that we saw, or at least over a 4-quarter span he hadn't done it. And so last night, that challenge at home, the momentum, doing those sort of things, he stepped up to the plate, and Devin Booker struggled. And look, man, Devin Booker's going to be a terrific player in this league
next
for
Kobe.
A long time.
Next
you see,
Kobe?
I'm going to gloss right over that. For a long time. And I get it. Kobe talked to him and told him be legendary, and he got the tattoo, and it's sensationalized. But to me, that's wrong. It's wrong for it to be sensationalized and pushed up as much as we do in sports media because the guy has to grow. This is his first time ever playing in an NBA final, okay? CP3 is there to teach him along the way. He's still learning. Pump the brakes for a minute. And when I was saying it a while ago when everybody was talking about how great Devin Booker is, and he's going to be the next, and it's like, man, come on, man, just let the dude enjoy these moments.
That's not what we do, though.
But let him enjoy these moments before we start to put him there, because when you start to put him there and it doesn't go well and it goes like it did last night when he only scored 10 points. Kobe Bryant ain't giving you 10 in the finals unless he's hurt.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant's not giving you 10. And if he's going to go to the foul line a million times. He's going to do it on the other end of the floor defensively. It just doesn't happen like that. Booker will get there. You can't put this guy there yet. Let him keep going. Just slow it down. It's okay to slow it down a minute.
We're always looking for the next star. That's Straight Talk, right by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. You know what, though? How he responds in Game 4 is also, though, part of the story. It is part of the Mamba mentality and all those things that he's trying to use as his foundation as a player, right? All the things that Kobe said to him, all that stuff that he's
using. It is part of that. It is
what
part
he does
of
in Game 4 will say a lot.
But again,
no, I know you hate it, but this is what we do. You're not wrong, though. This is exactly what happens. We set this bar of, he's the next Kobe. And then he doesn't reach that bar, and we go, he's not the next Kobe.
Yeah, go get this guy. The guy, it's just like.
And we put it on him. But that's certainly
it's wrong.
That's a big part of it. Again, so the Bucks do get the win they had to get in Game 3. Now we have a 2-1. Game 4 not till Wednesday. And, of course, to me now it makes it even more important, a big Game 4 for the Bucks still to see if they can hold serve. Speaking of the Bucks, though, coming up next is why Key is tired of people discrediting one key member of the Bucks. That comes up after he tells you about Indeed.
The reasons to find your next hire with Indeed are starting to add up. Just look at the numbers. Instant Match searches millions of resumes in Indeed's